What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have the monster truck SCX24 build on the bench. It's been quite some time since we've done anything, so today I wanted to install the INJORA 13 tooth overdrive gear on the truck in the front and the rear. So the thinking behind this is if we install both overdrive gears in front and the rear, the wheels will spin faster, and this will help out with gaining any speed whatsoever that we can get for this monster truck to make it look more realistic. So here on the website, it's INJORA 13 tooth, it's $8.99. Trio has been one of the only ones to have this overdrive gear available, so it's nice to see that INJORA offers it at a cheaper price. And there's a couple different options you can go with. I went with a 13 tooth option. It increases the speed most out of the three options. They have 13, 14, and 16. So it's made out of steel. And in simple, overdrive just allows the gears to spin the wheels faster in the axle. So just thinking that we can install it in the front and the rear and gain a little bit more speed than we would if we didn't. So pretty simple install. We're gonna remove the diff cover in the rear. We're gonna pull it off, take out the old gears in there, replace them with the new ones, and we'll do the same exact thing in the front. So let's get to it. Provided in the kit, you get one worm gear, you get the steel gear, and then you get 6 O-rings. So here in my hand I have both of the steel gears that go in the diffs. And so on the right is the stock gear and on the left is the INJORA gear. So having less teeth will allow the wheels to move faster when you're driving. And then let's look at the worm gears. I'm not too sure how much more of a difference are they. It looks like it's a little bit bigger on the INJORA one, the threads. So I'm assuming that's the same principle that'll allow the wheels to spin faster. So I've already done the one in the rear, and I will now show you how to do the one up front because it's a little bit more complicated with the steering servo. All right, so I'm gonna grab my Wera 1.3 hex, great quality tool, used in all my videos, and I'm going to remove this front steering link that connects the servo to the knuckles. And it's 2 little screws. It's pretty simple stuff, nothing too complicated. And we want to remove this to gain a better access point to the front diff cover. So that's moved out of the way. We can now kind of just move the servo over like that. Now we have a lot better access to the front diff cover. And so there's 6 screws. The 2 on the top are a little bit longer, the bottom 4 are the same size. So we're gonna move all those, move off the cover, and then we're gonna pull out the gears to get this swap over. So now I removed all 6 screws from that diff cover, so now we can kind of just pop it off. That's off, put that to the side, and now we have access to the gears and the worm gear in there. So the next step we wanna do is remove the drive shaft because the worm gear is connected to the drive shaft right there, see how it spins? So we need to remove that, and then we'll be able to pull out the worm gear and change everything out. So you want to remove that one screw right there, and we'll be able to disconnect everything. So now with the drive shaft disconnected, we can pull out the worm gear just like that. We'll set that to the side. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're able to remove this gear, so we're gonna have to pull off both the wheels and pull out the shafts, the axle shafts, and then we will be able to swap out this gear right here. Now that the wheels are off, we need to remove both screws that hold the knuckles to the axle, and then we need to remove the axle shafts, and then that will allow for these bearings and this gear to be removed. After removing the knuckles, I was able to pull out the dog bones, and now I had access to remove the stock gear and the bearings, and so now I can grab, where is it? The new gear. And then I need to grab the new worm gear and put the O-rings on both ends, so 2 O-rings on each end, and then we can pop everything back in and put it all back together. So I grab these tweezers and I insert them in the O-ring, and then I kind of just expand it and kind of open it and put it onto the O-ring. That's the best method I could think of. If you have a better one, let me know. So now I have the O-rings on the worm gear, I have the new gear with less teeth, and I have the bearings. So now we have everything to reinstall back into the diff to get everything rolling. All right, so there is what everything looks reinstalled into the axle. I have the worm gear, the new gear with less teeth, and the bearings. It's all connected with the shafts in there. So I highly recommend greasing everything up before you put the diff cover back on, because those gears are metal contact and they will wear down over time. So definitely do that. I don't have any grease, but I need to go and get some, so I will be doing that eventually. Do as I say, not as I do. So now you can put on the diff cover and reassemble everything back together, and we should be good. So everything is now installed on both of the axles. I do hope on showing you the effects of this modification once I get a motor for this build. Still deciding on that. But you'll have to believe me when I say that these overdrive gears make the wheels spin faster. And so with this monster truck build, I'm trying to get these wheels spinning as fast as I can, because this platform is not very fast in general. So hopefully adding these increases the speed and helps out with the scale look. But that was a quick, easy mod. It was around under $20 and it was super simple. Just gotta remove the covers, replace the gears, take off the wheels and tires, pull the axles to allow access to that steel gear in the middle. Pop everything back together, make sure all your bearings are in place, grease up your diff, and voila. It's pretty simple. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully I can be more active with this build. Take care.